Hey everyone, my name is Lindsay. I just graduated with my FNP and I just took my boards and I passed them on the first try. Everyone keeps asking me, can I ask what you used to study? What did you do? How long did you study? Things like that. Because honestly, I thought the exam was extremely easy. And I know that's like easy to say after the fact, but knowing what you're doing now in school, I will say that what you're doing now is much harder than the actual finals were, the boards. Um, anyway, like I said, easier to say now that I've taken them. But I know a lot of you are probably freaking out and wondering what to do, and you're reading all kinds of websites, and people are saying all kinds of different things. The same things happen with my classmates. They would read one, somebody's using this book, oh no, someone's using this review. But I have used them all. I was fortunate enough to stay home for the last semester and not work and just be able to study and do school. And so I used every resource available or the most popular. So I'm going to go through those really quick and just give you my opinion on those and let you know how I use them to study and what worked for me and the truth about some of these things, because I know that some people are like, oh, this is the best, but that's because that's all they know. So I'm going to start out with the most popular, and I'll talk about live reviews first. And the most popular live review that I hear of is FITZGERALD. I did FITZGERALD review. I did it online actually. For me, that was better. I had initially signed up for the live review to go to it and all this stuff, but honestly, I feel a lot better that I did the online review. You get the exact same book. You get this book that comes with it, and you can actually watch the videos several times over and over when you do it online. I know a lot of my friends did the live reviews and they were exhausted afterwards, and the live review is the exact review that you get online. So to be honest with you, when I was watching the videos, if I would have been in a classroom or a stadium or whatever listening to these people talk, it would have been very overwhelming for me because they talk so fast in FITZGERALD, and she gives you so much information so quickly, and then her questions are just filled with so much extra stuff. It really is overwhelming. About her book for the live review, I really didn't like it. I didn't like the way it was set up. Some of her questions and stuff were okay, but just the way it was broke down, I didn't like it. When she was going over it and you're trying to follow through online, you had to look too hard. And for somebody who's anxious trying to study for an exam, it just wasn't, what I liked. And this is just my opinion. You may love it and somebody else may have loved it. But for me, it was just okay. After I watched the videos, I didn't look at this book again. Another live review or CD review or whatever that I hear of a lot is BARKLEY. I got BARKLEY also, the CDs. It was so boring. I couldn't hold attention to it at all. I know some people think that it is so great, but again, it might be because they don't know anything else. She also gives you just so much information in terms that it's like, yes, you should know as a medical professional, but at this point when you're just trying to get the basics for an exam, it's just way, way too much. And it's just way overkill. And like I said, I just wanted to just die trying to listen to that. So I didn't like that at all. I didn't even finish that review. It was a waste of money for me. You might like it. I did not get the book that came with it, and I'm really glad that I didn't spend the extra money to do that. I just got the CDs. Another review that I loved, it was CDs as well. I think she also does live reviews around the country, but I don't know. She's from Louisiana. Her name is HOLLIER, HOILLER. No, I'm sorry, HOLLIER. Sorry. She held my attention the whole time. She is so funny. She comes up with normal people, regular ways to remember things. She uses food a lot. I mean, like donuts for like reticular sites and like things that you will not forget. Like football players like Peyton Manning. I mean, like because of her, I didn't miss any questions on any valve, heart, cardiac, anything ever in any of my studies because of her little, sayings and her stories. She jokes, she holds your attention. I listened to her CD probably 100 times, if not more. Every time I was in the car, she sells it in like an MP3 player. I mean, it is amazing. And as one of my friends told me as we were kind of cramming for the exam at the end, she downloaded them to her iPhone and put them in iBooks and listened to them on ×2 speed. And I was like, I'm going to try that. And I did. And it's hilarious for one, but once you get used to the really fast talking of it, I mean, it really makes sense to do that because it's twice as fast. You can still understand everything she's saying. And once you've heard it one time, it's not a bad idea to actually do the ×2 thing. That was great for me. I went through the entire thing in a day instead of, a couple of days listening to it. But I just ×2'd it and let it go and just refamiliarize myself with it towards the exam. Now, as far as books go, a lot of people will go back to Fitzgerald. A lot of people get this book. I also got this book. Like I said, I got every book you can get. This is the Fitzgerald book. I, again, hated this book. A lot of people love it. But for someone like me, the average student, like someone who, studied, yes, but didn't kill yourself every single week. I mean, made good grades. But like this book, the way it's set up, I don't like. First of all, here's like a chapter. You open a chapter and all you see first are questions. And then you get the information after. I didn't like that. I didn't like having to go back and forth. I didn't like the fact that the answers are like all scattered through the book. I mean, they put them after your questions, but sometimes they're after a whole bunch of other stuff that you're supposed to read, and you really have to kind of dig through it. There's also just a ton of information, a lot of extra stuff, a lot of just like really, really long questions, which are not like the exam at all. And I know a lot of people say, the exam was just like this, or the exam was just like that. Well, the exam was not just like Fitzgerald, okay? These questions are not like what's on the exam. I literally just took it yesterday, and I'm telling you, these questions don't look anything like the questions on the test, okay? The test is short and sweet and to the point, and you will be so shocked once you get in there, which is why I'm saying that it'll feel like a really easy test to you, because I know that in school you're used to like all this extra fluff and information and all this junk you have to decipher through, but really on the exam it's very straightforward, and they give you what you need to know to answer the question, and that's it. So that's this first book, the Fitzgerald book. Here, I'll let you see it. I did a bunch of the questions out of here, but they had a little thing that you can go online. I did some of those questions. That was a little better because you didn't have to go through and, dig. But this for me was a no. The next book that everybody goes crazy about is the LEIK book. I did like the LEIK book, okay? This is Maria Codina LEIK. This book was better, but when I first opened this book, it was a little confusing because I was like, whoa, for one, it was so different from the FITZGERALD. It literally is just, it starts out just being like, it tells you about, you know, the exam and whatever, but this is an intensive review and fast facts. With this book, what I found was super helpful is when you go through, there are sections where it says fast facts and clinical tips. Now, if all you do in this book is the fast facts and the clinical tips, you will be fine, okay? There is a lot of information in this book, which is very good, okay? I do like the way she does stuff. So like this, I mean, she literally just goes, okay, AIDS, look, here's a little thing on AIDS. Then the next thing, here's a little blib on that. Not pages and pages and pages of just junk you don't need and is not important. It's literally the most important things about it. And then, you know, the next page, it gives you the classic patient and an example of what you would see, you know, in clinical, how they're presenting and how to treat it. I mean, just easy. So I did like this book. Some people say, oh, the questions are just like LEIK. They're not just like LEIK. I thought when I heard that I was doing, you know, the most amazing thing because I did every single question, and there's like 642 questions in this book, okay? After I did this, after I went through the book, out of 642 questions, and all I did was look at the fast facts and the clinical tips, I only missed 22 questions. Now, in saying that, what helped me do that was something that actually went with this. It didn't come with it, but it's something that a lot of people don't know about. It's an app on my phone, okay? This app was a lifesaver, and I'll show you what it looks like. It's this one right here in the corner. It says F&P Review, okay? This will be the best $24 that you could ever spend, ever, okay? This gives you questions and little rationales and quizzes, and I'm telling you, I learned so much from this app. It's amazing. I feel like I learned more from the app than I learned from school, okay? It was fantastic. So really highly recommend that app. I know it's a little pricey, but of all the other things that you could spend your money on, I would do that because you can do this anywhere, anytime that you're bored. So huge fan of that. The next book, you know how like, I don't know, you know, think that the hole in the wall place to eat is usually the best place and it's not like a chain restaurant and, you know, it's just the same old whatever. Okay, that's how I feel about this next thing. This book was my favorite book, okay? And this is that HOLLIER woman, or however you say it. I don't know. She's Cajun, but it's from APEA. There's a website, and it's the same woman that gives that really awesome review that I was talking about where she's funny and she jokes and she holds your attention and she, you know, relates everything to food and to like normal people stuff so that you can really remember things because I'm somebody that really needs that. If you're not and you're just someone that can just remember, you know, whatever things, then fine. But actually understanding it, the way that she makes you understand it was just amazing to me, and I feel so much smarter now actually because I did that. But this book, now, because I've done every single one of these, and I know, and I just took the exam, I will tell you the questions on the exam are like these questions, okay? This book is the best book too. Let me tell you why. Okay. As soon as you open the book, there's no BS about how to answer questions and deciphering stuff. Nothing, okay? You open the book and bam, you get questions, okay? They start you out, it's like there's 5 or 6 questions on each page. Look how short, okay? I just want to show you. Look how short these questions are. All through the book, every single one of these questions are that short, okay? No extra fluff. That is how your exam looks like. That, I promise you, exactly what it looks like. The other reason I love this book is you go through, you answer your 5 questions on this first page, turn the page. On the back is your answers and your rationale, okay? And the rationale also includes some little teaching things like, you know, donuts and things to relate to food so that you don't forget. Very relevant, and literally, like, I feel like some of these came straight off this book and were put on the exam. So, my favorite, highly recommended, like 40 or 50 bucks. I don't know. Like, I don't remember how much I spent on it, but I would have spent 3 times the amount of money on this book. I did every single question in this book, and I learned a lot also because you don't have to wait till you get to the end to look at a rationale. You don't have to go and search through any text to find out why you did something wrong. The FITZGERALD book doesn't give you rationales. This one I learned the most from. So super, super highly, highly recommend this woman. She's fantastic. Something from her that I hated that was a total waste of my $20. It's like 16 bucks on the website, and then they like charge like 5 bucks free shipping, were these antibiotic cards. I mean, crap. This is just crap. You know, whatever. I have friends that made way better charts than this. I mean, they tried, but it was a waste of money. I mean, it might work for you, but for me, it was just more confusing than anything. And besides, there weren't even that many like antibiotic questions on the exam, so I wouldn't go gray. Another thing, a source that I used, I want to tell you about, and a lot of people don't know about it, but it was awesome. Okay, it was a website, and it was called AANP, and then dash, not underscore, dash FNP.com. And you can pick which exam you're going to take, whether the AANP, which I took, or the ANCC, and they give you a question bank. You have to pay for them. I bought like 25 tests, and it was kind of pricey. I don't know, you know, what your budget is, but if it's in your budget, I think it was like $120 something. I don't remember, depending on how many tests you buy. I bought 25. That was a fantastic, excellent resource, and I'll tell you why. I can remember at least 2 handfuls of questions that were literally a verbatim off of those tests that were on the boards. They are also short and sweet, just like the homilies, you know, her name. And also, you can do in explanation mode, you can do it in test mode, and they give you rationales for everything that you do. It scores you kind of the same way that you would be scored on boards, and it's a really good indicator for you. You can take those tests 3 times each, so you can like reset them. But really, really good resource. It was something I really liked to take. It would be like something when I was laying in bed with my laptop, and I would do. So it's like Exam Edge is what you'll see on the website if you know that you're on the right spot. But that's it. I just want to, let you know, just make sure that you start studying before the boards, like before you graduate. It would be very smart of you to start studying in the beginning, if not sooner, of your last semester. I know that you have a lot of crap going on and clinicals and everything else, but really, in the reality of it, You can still get your master's degree, but if you don't pass your boards, it really doesn't matter. So you really should make the time to maybe throw one test in a day or two tests a day in, or just go over a chapter, do like 20 questions, something. So that really helped me. Again, this is just my opinion. I'm not looking for a fight, and I wish everyone good luck and congratulations in advance, because I know you can do it. Thank you.